Today is July 3rd of 2009. My name is Braden Lewis. I've retired from the BBC as a news anchor for years now, but here is my warning to whoever is watching this on the tape I'm recording. At my age, everyone would think I'm just an old pensioner who's gone senile, but my mind's still there. What do I have to lose? I'm retired anyhow. A mutated strain of mad cow disease has been ravaging the southern half of the African continent, with South Africa being at the epicentre of the outbreak's ground zero. The mutated strain is 100% fatal and is easily transmissible. My son-in-law is a biologist who coined a name for the devastating virus, the rotavirus. There is no cure. Millions upon millions of infected livestock, not limited to cows, have had to be killed, leading to massive famines. South Africa is reporting humans catching the disease and dying by the thousands. The only people unaffected by the rotavirus's famine-causing nightmare are typically strict vegetarians who don't consume the infected meat still sold in African meat markets and spreading all over the continent faster than AIDS at a staggering pace. Birth rates in Africa are suddenly collapsing, which is strange given how Africa has some of the world's highest fertility rates. Not much is known about the rotavirus yet. In humans, it exhibits a fast-acting combination of rabies, mad cow disease, and chronic wasting disease. Infected humans show extreme aggression, insomnia, dry mouth, cognitive decline, cannibalistic behaviour, not reacting to pain stimuli, never sleeping, and smelling awful, to name some of the symptoms of the rotavirus. Human infections are doubling the African continent every day, and deaths are piling up fast, not even counting the people killed by those infected. According to reports, according to classified files from the CIA sent to me by an American friend, North Korea is experiencing a full-blown pandemic at its worst by a different strain of the rotavirus that CIA officials in the documents refer to as Variant K, which by now has spread into China of all places. God help us all. It's spreading faster than anything in history, and set to claim more lives than the bubonic plague. Mongolia, Russia, South Korea, Japan, India, Taiwan, and the European Union have locked down their borders ahead of time to prevent the rotavirus from causing more devastation than it already has. All North Korean defectors in those lockdown areas have been deported to South Korea. Travellers from Africa or China are turned away to prevent the disease from spreading further. Nobody's taking any chances. Here in Britain, the government imposed these new pandemic lockdown measures, and so far cases in the United Kingdom have been very little. World governments have been forcing the media into silence in order to prevent mass panic globally. I don't buy their cover-ups of druggies supposedly going ballistic, or the stereotypes of Africa not having food in the first place. Feels like I'm the last one here with some journalistic integrity. If you're watching this tape, take a bit of advice from this old man. Everybody in the media is blaming the mounting deaths and collapsing birth rates on what they call an apocalyptic AIDS outbreak in Africa. But even I can point out how that is pure bollocks. Cover up. Wear clothing like long-sleeve shirts, trousers, durable shoes, and a pair of comfortable gloves covering your hands. Drawn to show any skin. Open-toed shoes, shorts, gloves that show skin, and regular t-shirts are not acceptable. It's better to get a little drool on a piece of thick clothing that can be washed, instead of being bitten by an infected individual, or by any means of breaking skin and transferring bodily fluids. Social distancing. Try to avoid contact with anyone you don't know, or anyone you do know that is infected. And wear a mask in case another strain comes along to make the rotavirus airborne. We already have to deal with 3 or 4 variants at the moment. Avoid meat, dairy and eggs. I remember when a mad cow disease outbreak was killing livestock here in Britain from 1986 up until the late 90s. And if you were around during that time, you know the papers were telling you to avoid beef. The rotavirus is worse. It infects every livestock animal used in food production. An infected cow will produce infection-laced milk and in turn other dairy products. Just because it says organic on the packaging doesn't mean it's not infected. And when the time comes, be prepared to boil some water for drinking. They all say it's AIDS and nothing else. It's a whole bunch of things. Foreign aid from Europe is pulling out for fear of their own lives. I don't blame them. AIDS in Africa is also spiking since those infected with the rotavirus bleed a lot and can carry other diseases as well. Blood in the water, bodily fluids contaminating many facilities and drinking water supplies. To be frank, I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel for this situation. Good night and stay safe.